What's up, guys? Welcome back. March Madness is in full swing, and that means you guys need more appetizers. So today I'll be showing you my recipe for cheesesteak sliders. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit that bell and enable notifications as well. Alright guys, meet me in the kitchen with your produce. Let's make it happen. Here I have 2 bell peppers, 1 red, 1 green, and a yellow onion. I like to use the red and green bell pepper just for the color. They taste about the same, so use whatever you have on hand or whatever you have at the store. We're gonna slice these into strips. If you like, you can dice these up, but I like to leave them a little bit large. So as you can see here, we're just gonna do a rough chop on the onions and repeat the same thing for the peppers. No right or wrong way to do this. If you want your veggies a little bit smaller, feel free to dice them up. Also, if you like mushrooms or jalapenos or anything like that on your cheesesteak, feel free to add any additional toppings that you like. This recipe is super easy, guys. Absolutely delicious. You're gonna love it, and it comes together pretty quick. There we go. Looking good. Veggies are ready. Let's move on to the beef. Today we're using fresh steak. Quick pro tip, guys, you wanna make sure you put the steak in the freezer for about 30 minutes before you start slicing it. It just makes it so much easier to slice. If you want, you can go ahead and buy the pre-shaved stuff from the grocery store. Just keep in mind that usually they're giving you the scrap meat when they do that. A lot of that stuff that they shave at the grocery store is just the scraps from the steaks that they're processing. So if you do it yourself at home, you know you're getting good quality meat. There we go. Shave it as finely as you can. You're gonna wanna use a sharp knife for that. Next, we're gonna make our sauce. So we're going in with about a half cup of Duke's mayonnaise. That's the only acceptable mayo in the house. Then we're going in with a little bit of garlic paste that I'm gonna struggle to get out of the tube. About a tablespoon. As always, guys, the specific measurements and ingredients can be found in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. 1 tablespoon of sriracha and a teaspoon of worst word in the world sauce, followed by a pinch of salt and pepper. Nice and simple sauce. It's going to pair beautifully with these sliders. Break out the whisk and mix to combine. Make sure you taste as you go and adjust the flavor to your preference. If you want it to be a little bit more spicy, you can add some more sriracha. If you want it to be a little on the sweeter side, you can add a pinch of sugar. We're going to heat our skillet over medium-high and add our veggies. And we're just going to cook them until they start to become tender. I like them to have a little bit of a bite to them, but absolutely personal preference there. If you want them nice and tender, you can cook them a little bit further. I'm gonna add a little all-purpose seasoning here, a little salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder, and just let the skillet do the work. As you can see here, they're starting to get some nice color, starting to tenderize a bit. I'm gonna add a little bit more worst word in the world sauce. There we go. Looking good. Again, guys, if you wanna add some mushrooms to this or some jalapenos or, banana peppers, whatever you want on your cheesesteak, get crazy. It's your house, it's your kitchen. We're gonna remove those veggies once they get nice and tender, and we're gonna add in that shaved steak. Try to break them up, make sure they have a little bit of space, that way they brown up nicely. You wanna increase your heat to high here so we get a nice sear on the steak. Season it up with some salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. You could add some cayenne for a little kick. And we're just gonna brown the meat up nicely. Say it with me, guys, looking good. Look at the color we're getting on our steak. It's tough to get that with the store-bought stuff, especially if you're using the frozen steakums. But hey, if you're in a pinch, those will work for this recipe as well. There we go. Steak is cooking beautifully. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 400 degrees because it's almost time to start prepping these sliders. All right, you guys know what these are. This is a 12-pack of Hawaiian sweet rolls. Break out your serrated knife and be careful. Put your hand on top like you see me doing here and cut across the best you can. I'm struggling because they didn't have arts and crafts at in-school suspension, but we made it work. Little uneven, Matt, but hey, got the job done. All right, we're gonna get a casserole dish. You can use a foil pan or a baking sheet for this as well. Spray it with a little non-stick spray just to make sure everything comes out easily. And then we're gonna slather on our sauce to the bottom and the top of our buns. There we go. Next, we're going down with a few slices. Well, I say a few, it's really a lot more than a few slices of American cheese. Then we're going down with our meat. And then we're gonna top it with the veggies and a little bit more cheese. I'm using American and mozzarella, but you can use whatever cheese you like. There we go. Pile the meat high. These are gonna be so good, guys. I can't wait for you guys to try this recipe. Let me know in the comments what you like on your cheesesteak. Also, let me know if you're planning on trying this recipe. If you do, make sure you tag me on Instagram. I love seeing what you guys make. We added the veggies. Now we're piling on the mozzarella cheese that's gonna melt beautifully in the oven. I chose mozzarella and American because they both melt really well, and they're gonna give me a beautiful cheese pull here in a minute. So we're gonna pop that in the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. While it's in the oven, we're gonna add a whole stick of melted butter, another tablespoon or so of garlic paste, new tube as you can see, a little all-purpose seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, and some fresh chopped parsley. Nice little garlic butter that we're gonna spread on top of those buns, get them nice and golden brown, add a little bit more flavor to the party. Looking good. Oh man, I can't wait to eat these. All right, so after they've cooked a little bit, the cheese has begun to melt. We're gonna add this butter topping. You don't wanna do it at the beginning because the butter is gonna cause the rolls to brown, which is good, but you don't wanna do it too early because they'll burn. So about halfway through, we're gonna add our garlic butter to the top. Definitely a little food porn going on right here. I think this might count as a money shot also. And then pop that back in the 400-degree oven for about 5 or 6 minutes or until the rolls are golden brown and the cheese is melted beautifully, like you see here. Brace yourself for a couple money shots. I think we'll get a cheese pull right here as well. Oh man. Moment of truth. I'm praying for my cholesterol right there. Oh man, these are good, guys. I can't wait for you guys to try this recipe. Those are my cheesesteak sliders. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you give your boy a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and the bell to enable notifications. And as always, thank you for your support.